Capricorn. So we've got a couple things happening for you noteworthy. We've got Venus moving into your decan, which is going to feel very sweet and very lovely. It's like you get to have all the attention for a little while. You get to get with Venus, I would say this to Capricorn because they like to shop for value, but it is a good time for you to shop for clothes with Venus in your sign, and you'll get a great deal because of all the sales. So consider that. Anytime you have Venus in the first house, particularly if you're Capricorn rising, great time to consider a new look. If you want to get a haircut for the new year, if you want to change up your look a little bit, Venus in your sign is going to help with that. Mercury leaving your sign and moving into the second house, conversations around money, conversations around your sense of security and safety and that feeling of, do we have enough and what is enough and what do I need to save and what do I need to spend? That focus, the turn of mind goes into that area of self-worth and issues around spending. It could be that you are more articulate about asking for what you're worth, really demanding what you deserve. Now, with that Mars square Mercury from the fourth house or from the fifth house, later in the week, this could be arguments around how your child is spending money. It could be arguments around asking for what you're worth, but then having to get a little bit demanding about it. That Mars in the fifth house does bring, I think, a little bit of a sense of entitlement, which is plenty appropriate for Capricorns. You want to make sure it doesn't turn into self-criticism or criticism of others. The Mercury moving into alignment with Saturn, there is a sharpness. I almost wonder if Capricorn needs to be more aware of how you talk to yourself. With that Mercury square Mars in the fifth, it's almost like you might be turning criticism on yourself with that alignment rather than projecting it onto other people. And that is a signature of Capricorn. They tend to be very hard on themselves. So you just want to be mindful of that. You just want to be aware that that's a possibility. But I do think there's a lot more softening of that tendency. I don't think that's going to overtake your experience. I think there is a lot more focus on, how do I value myself and what does that look like with the changes happening this week? And that's a productive and reasonable thing for Capricorns to do every now and then, is to sort of reflect on, how am I managing my needs? How am I taking care of myself? Am I investing enough in myself? Am I seeing myself realistically, or am I taking on the projections of other people? With the sun in a nice alignment to Neptune, this could feel like a renewal in your connection to community. That third house really has to do with where you physically live, but also, again, seeing yourself a little bit more realistically, looking at more of the ways that you have been deluding yourself, again, about your own value, about your own contributions, and maybe becoming happily surprised that you are actually doing much better than you thought, or there's been some, you've been cloudy about how effective you actually are. So this feels pretty good for Capricorn and Capricorn rising.